Hi everybody, Ryan from AdvoGadget back again. Different location today for the unboxing video. I didn't have time to do it this morning on my before I left for work, so now I'm doing it in my car. Today's unboxing is the Infocus M810T. This phone is an interesting little number. It's got a Snapdragon 801 CPU, which is the same one from the OnePlus One and a handful of flagships from last year. It's a 5.5-inch screen. Let's focus in on this. Boop. 1080p. Comes with Android 4.4 KitKat to start, but I'm 99% sure there is already a Lollipop upgrade available for it. It's a 2600 milliamp hour battery, and I'm a little bit concerned about the frequency supported. Here it says it's quad band GSM and that it supports 850, 1900, and 2100 megahertz WCDMA, and only bands 1 and 3 FDD LTE. On the GearBest website, where I received this from, thank you very much, GearBest, it lists some different specs. It says that it doesn't have 850 megahertz WCDMA, which is a bad thing, so that's a pleasant surprise that it had it. But it also said that it supported, excuse me, 700 megahertz and 900 megahertz FDD LTE, which, well, the 700 megahertz is sort of the big one here in Canada that would be useful for people on Bell and the like. So I'll have to see if I can get my hands on a Bell SIM to see if it actually supports 700 megahertz, and this is just an error on the sticker, or if it's an error of the specs on the GearBest page. So that aside, it's just a standard, decent looking box. Nothing too special. It was not sealed when it arrived, although it did have a CY sticker on it. Open it up. Box is pretty plain. Just a little gold sticker on the inside back the box. Some gold around there. Comes with your standard micro USB cable. Nothing too interesting to see here, I don't think. No, it's not branded. Nothing fancy. You've got a branded Infocus power adapter. Let's see. It is a, let's focus in here, 5 volt, 1 amp adapter. Nothing special there. And then, we've got a manual in the box as well. And a simple, unbranded tool for getting the SIM out in the SIM slots. Now the manual. I was looking at this briefly the other day. This is possibly the most generic manual I've ever seen. They didn't even bother putting any Infocus branding. It's English, so that's something. But I was quite surprised. Like, look at this opening paragraph here. Whoop. Thanks for buying our company's products. After reading the manual, you'll be able to fully master the use of your mobile phone and appreciate all its function and ease of use. And really, like, this is the most basic of basic manuals. It's really, like, if you've never seen a phone before, then you might find this useful. Otherwise, it's a little bit silly. But whatever. That's fine. I'm not really expecting much from manuals. At least it's in English, which is sometimes not the case with these Chinese phones. Now to the phone itself. It's got a decent bit of heft to it. It is a metal construction around the edges, glass on both sides. I'll take off this wrapper here. If I can get it off. My hands are slippery. There we go. So it feels really nice in the hand. Feels really well built. Doesn't really feel. It feels pretty solid. Boop. I can't remember if this is Gorilla Glass or not. I'll update with an annotation when I get back to my desk. But it's all metal around the edges. Feels really nice. On the bottom, you've got your microphone, your headphone jack, your micro USB slot. It's got the standard breaks in the metal around the edges for the antenna. At the top, this is probably another microphone for ambient noise when you're on the phone. Although one of these must be a speaker, because I don't actually see a speaker anywhere on the back of this thing. Yeah, nowhere. On the back, it's a glass cover on the back as well. And I've seen pictures of an actual gold-backed model of this phone. And you've got just 4G branding and Infocus. And this also has NFC, dual LED flash. It is, I believe, a 13 megapixel camera. Let me just check the back of the box, because I'm sure it's on there. And you guys probably already saw it, and I just forgot. No, I don't see it on the back of the box here. One other thing to keep in mind, it also supports 802.11 ABGN and AC. Wi-Fi, which is nice. You don't often see AC on a lot of these phones. Oh, and it's also 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of ROM, but it does support up to 64 gigs of micro SD. So here we have, oh, maybe the speaker's down here. That would be nice if that was the speaker. Boop. You've got capacitive buttons here, and I'll turn the phone on. Whoop. Infocus. Now, one thing I was reading the other day was that Infocus's phones are actually made by Foxconn, apparently. I'm not sure, 100% sure if that's true or not, but if that's true, that's a pretty good sign, because as I'm sure most of you know, Foxconn is the company that makes Apple's iPhones. They don't have the best human rights record, but they have a reasonably good build quality record. So that gives me a bit of confidence, since I'd only really heard of Infocus for their projectors, not their phones. And then one more thing to look at as well is this little detail on the side here. If you can see it, so the volume buttons are raised along the side. Oh. There we go. Yeah, you can see how they're raised up, which is a nice little touch. They have a decent feel to them when you press them. Decent feedback. And the power button / lock button is also a nice little detail. It's almost like a watch crown. Boop, boop. And again, it has a nice feel to it. So, let's do a quick how do you do here. Yeah, it doesn't. I didn't put my SIM card in yet because I'm not ready to use this. I'm not going to connect to Wi-Fi. I'm not going to set up my account now. Sure, use my location. That's fine. I don't have an Infocus Services account. No SugarSync. No Dropbox. No user experience program. No, don't send diagnostics. I don't need to store that nonsense. Hey, so the setup is finally done. One thing you might notice, I'm sure, here is screen's quite reflective. The camera makes it look a little more reflective than it is, but this is just an initial walkthrough, so we'll get to the full review once I've had a chance to play around with it a bit. Very nice looking screen. It's nice and bright, vivid colors. Seems pretty good. I'm not going to go into a full review here, but as you can see, Android 4.4.2. And it looks like there definitely is some customization to Android here, so I'm guessing Infocus has their own in-house Android setup, but I'll do a separate video to go through all that stuff. So for now, I think that's a good start. I'll fill you guys in more once I've had a chance to play around with it a bit, but stay tuned, subscribe, feel free to share my videos with your friends. Thanks, everybody.